Good afternoon, everyone. Bettina Carey here, the founder of WeEmpowerYourLife.com and the upcoming We Empower You Global Virtual Summit for March the 10th. And I'm here today with Meredith Liepelt, and she's going to be speaking at the summit. Meredith, welcome. It's so great to have you here today.
Thanks for having me here today. Thanks for having me at your summit. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, I'm very excited because your topic is near and dear to my heart. You're actually helping people to get on TV and be interviewed. And so tell us about your topic. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and so folks can generally know what to expect when they come to the summit to hear you.
Yeah, well, thanks for this opportunity. So my company is called Rising Star Publicity, and it's for people who should be famous. So I think that that's all your people, Bettina.
Yes.
So I have been helping experts to become recognized authorities in the media that matter to their message for over a decade. And I love doing this work because I remember the first time I was on TV years ago, and I had a product-based business at the time. And I remember thinking how fun it was to be on TV and all this and that. And then I went on TV again, and I was like, you know what? This is really kind of interesting because it started to remind me of something. It reminded me of when I was in theater. I have a background in theater, singing, dancing, performing, musical theater, dance shows, all this kind of stuff. And it reminded me of performing, because there's a lot of similarities between going on TV and going on stage and performing, and it sort of fed that interest of mine. And I started to work with other experts and people like that who wanted to go on TV, and helping them to see this as a stage for them. And there's a lot of energy that you have to bring to TV in your body, in your voice tone, the same as on the stage when you're performing. You also need to know your talking points, which the difference between going on stage as a performer and going on stage on TV is that on TV, you know your talking points, whereas when you're on stage, you have to know word for word. But it's a really important difference, because you need to know your talking points so that you can speak extemporaneously and you can know your sound bites and things like that. So it started to make me realize how much I loved helping people go on TV. And I've kind of carved out a little niche for myself, helping people, go on TV and show their expertise.
That's fantastic. I'm excited to have you, and you're going to be getting into some details. So give us a glimmer into what you might be covering here on the day of the summit, which is March the 10th.
March the 10th, that's right. So yes, so one of the things I'm going to be talking about are several different pitch angles, okay? Because there are several different pitch angles that you need to know that are kind of slam dunk wins, okay? So I'm going to give you a taste of one today, so that you can, then I'll talk more about it on the 10th, on March 10th, and you'll get a lot more pitch angles. But the one that's relevant for me today, that I'm thinking of today, is because I just placed someone on TV using this method this morning, and I use this a lot, so it works. And this is where you use holidays or awareness days. So we're all aware of like the traditional, like Christmas and New Year's and Mother's Day and all that kind of stuff. But there are literally thousands of holidays and awareness days, and you might be aware of that already. But the great thing is you can use this to book yourself on television. So what I did this morning is I have a long-term client who goes on TV. She's been on TV every month for about 10 years. So those are we have to come up with all these different, topics and hooks and things like that. So she's going on TV next week, and I looked at the date, and she's a spa owner. So she's an esthetician. She employs all these estheticians. So when I looked at what holidays were coming up on that day, it was called, hold on, I have this down here, National Old Stuff Day.
Oh.
Okay, so how do you tie National Old Stuff Day in with an esthetician and a spa? Here's how. Here's how I did it. You have to start thinking in this way. So they sell, certainly skincare and makeup and things like that. So what she's going to talk about is, how do you know when your makeup is too old and you need to throw it away?
Perfect.
So, so using these holidays and awareness days, And literally I sent the pitch this morning, and it was within minutes. It was maybe within 5 minutes. I got an email back saying, great, let's do it. And this stuff works. So we'll talk more deeply about this idea and this concept and 5 more concepts that are just like this, because the truth is, when you get on TV, experts go on TV and you raise your visibility, you raise your credibility, your star starts to rise, people start to look at you differently, and people see that you truly are an expert and you're committed to your body of work. So this stuff is really important. When you put this on your website that you've been on this TV show and that TV show, people stop scrutinizing you so much. It stops the vetting process a whole lot. So it's really important to add this into your mix of things that you do.
That's great. And you're such an expert at what you do. And we only met this year, but I'm very in tune with what you're doing. Of course, I've had my share of TV moments and looking forward to more TV moments out there for myself as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to be an attendee as well as someone who's hosting you here. So for those of you who've not heard about the We Empower You Summit, it's a global virtual summit. It's on March the 10th. We do these every single quarter, and it's an 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. marathon session. You can come for one session or stay for all 12. Most people do. If they come for one, they're going to stay for hours and hours and hours, because it's such a wonderful opportunity. And just by way of example of what we have in store for you, we have our keynote speakers like Meredith. We also happen to have 2 rounds of breakout sessions that we're going to be doing this time around. And we're going to have an official breakout session for networking. So we have evolved, we've changed. This is our 4th summit in 1 year's time. And we're so excited that we've been able to do these every single quarter and have literally hundreds of people registering each and every time. And that we went into the global arena here. So we've got folks logging in from Thailand and Brussels, West Africa, Canada, Germany, you name it, all around the United States, including Amarillo, Texas, and Seattle, Washington. So I'm so excited to have you here, Meredith. And we're going to be doing a really wonderful job at giving everybody what they need in 5 key areas of life. That's business, leadership, love, life, and health. So come and join us here for this business topic on getting on TV, as well as others that are coming up at the summit. We look forward to having you. We invite you to go to our website at weempoweryourlife.com. Click on Summit Tickets to register today. It's only $17. See you at the summit.